Yeah, Steph, I'll take it. Carl, how's it going?
Peter, I need to know what's going on in the Smith case.
Well, we're still investigating Carl. We'll let the press know when we're finished.
That's bullshit, Peter! A prominent doctor shot 11 times by 3 off-duty cops for no apparent reason, who said they were just leaving a party, and none of them have alcohol in their system, and she's full of cocaine? Just doesn't add up, Peter. You people are stalling. What are you hiding?
Carl, you know these things take time.
Time my ass. That's a luxury we don't have. Now, I'm warning you, Peter. If I don't have some answers by tomorrow, I'll have you and the mayor's picture splattered across the front pages of this paper, letting the people know that you are deliberately dragging your feet on this case, trying to protect those cops.
Carl, the election's coming up this month, and the mayor doesn't need this kind of publicity.
Fuck the mayor. Peter, if I don't hear from you, our story will be in print tomorrow. And I'm not kidding. Tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, that ad you guys run recruiting minority officers, well, we are canceling it.
Will, get in here!
What's up?
Those guys down at the Daily Sun are getting too close. We need to do something about that.
It'll be my pleasure.
We're tired of the unjust treatment of the people of our community. We cannot afford to let these acts of police brutality go unpunished. Our police department should be held accountable for their actions. And our mayor should be held accountable for his.
Hey, Johnny!
Yeah, what's happening, man?
I don't see you for 5 years. I see you 3 times in 1 week.
I'm here to interview Reverend Price on that Smith shooting. Looks like he's gonna be a little too busy, though.
You two are really on that Smith thing, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I checked out those dudes that was in the police union over there at the pier.
Oh, yeah? How'd it go?
Man, them crazy fuckers shot at me, man. They must have thought I was a burglar.
They shot at you?
Yeah, they chased me all the way back to the church the other night. Say, you know anything about somebody called a professor?
Professor? No.
Dr. Smith must have stumbled on to something about some serum or somebody named Professor.
I don't know, Donnie. But if those guys did intentionally kill her, I know a lot of cops that would love to see them hang by their nuts.
Yeah, I would too. Say, man, I got a few more runs to make.
All right, Donnie. I'll see you next week at church, man.
All right.
It's all right, son. I got it.
Hi, they said you phoned the newspaper looking for me yesterday?
Yes, come on in. I got Louise's car out of the police pound yesterday, and this envelope was sitting on the seat. I read it, but it didn't make much sense to me. It's something to do with her work.
This is from the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta. It says there's not been any known research on the topic you referred to. Even though similar experiments have been performed on laboratory animals, all information has been inconclusive. I wonder what topic she wrote him about.
I don't know.
Can I keep this letter?
Oh, sure.
Hi. What's your name? My name's Donnie. What's yours?
Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Do you know my mommy?
Sure. I know your mom.
She's gone, huh?
Sean, Mr. Hammond has to go.
See you, Sean. Dr. Hines, Mr. Smith gave me this letter from the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta. We read it and looked over the charts, but we really couldn't figure out what Dr. Smith was working on. We were hoping that maybe you could help us out.
I don't know. Let me see. Well, it says here something about research. I don't recall Louise conducting any experiments on anything.
Can you make anything out of those charts?
Well, I don't know. Let me see. These charts indicate individual results on each experiment. But without knowing what the experiments were on, these charts are useless.
Maybe if we contacted the Center for Disease Control, maybe they could help us out.
They wouldn't dare release any information. All the research there is strictly confidential. I worked very closely with Louise, and she never gave any indication of being involved in research. I wonder if she was working in conjunction with someone else.
I spoke with her husband, and he said that she spent most of her time here or at home.
One thing I can tell you about these charts is that her experiments involve various blood types.
So what does all this mean?
Nothing really. Could mean that she was working on anything from the common cold to birth defects. It seems that she was trying to isolate a certain virus. But who knows? At this point, all we can do is guess.
I'm going to need to hang on to that, Doc. Well, thanks, Dr. Hines. I really appreciate you taking the time out.
Any time, Mr. Hammond. We really like Louise around here. And anything we can do to help will be no problem.
Thanks, Doc. Excuse me, I'm looking for Dr. Louise Smith's office. Can you tell me where it's located?
I was Dr. Smith's assistant. My name is Pam Cruller. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, I'm Donnie Hammond with the Daily Sun newspaper, and I'm covering the tragic death of Dr. Smith. I was wondering if maybe I could see her office. You know, get a feel for where she worked, some of the people that she knew. You know, the human element side of the story.
Well, I can show you her office. It really isn't much to see.
Thank you.
Follow me.
So how long did you work with Dr. Smith?
Well, Louise and I have worked together for the past 3 years.
You know if she was working on any research or conducting any experiments?
No, not really. She did work very closely with the medical examiner's office, conducting autopsies, verifying death certificates, just normal routine stuff. The police have been here a few times. I basically told them the same thing.
They were here a few times?
Yeah, first 2 uniformed officers, then 2 detectives from Internal Affairs or something.
So what else did you tell them?
Well, the detectives seemed to know more than the first 2. They also wanted to know about any research she was involved in.
They wanted to know about her research?
Yes.
I wonder how they knew she was conducting research.
I don't know. Probably the same way you know.
Well, no one else was sure about her research, but from what you say, these guys were pretty sure. What else did they say?
They wanted to know if I knew she was receiving threatening phone calls.
Threatening phone calls?
Yeah, I knew she'd been getting them. That's why she carried a gun.
So who were they from?
I don't know, but she did report them to the police.
Did she tell anyone else?
Her husband knew.
Mr. Smith knew?
Yeah, he's the one that gave her the gun. Well, here's her office. I told you it wasn't much.
It's pretty modest for such a prominent doctor.
Louise was modest. The no frills type.
Good old Mr. Mr. Smith. So he knew about the threats, huh?
He sure did.
What did those detectives want to look at when they were here?
Well, they looked through some of her files, and they took the reports on the boys.
I'm sorry, what boys?
The 29 black boys that were killed here a few years ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. What was his name? Corey Baines. Yeah, he's doing life in prison for those murders. Why was she keeping a file on them?
Louise always felt there was a correlation in the way they all died.
What similarity did she think there was?
I don't know, but she felt there was something.
Well, I think I got a pretty good idea for where Dr. Smith worked and pretty much what she was working on. Thank you for all your help. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up?
Say, man, I heard you be killing kids, man. What's up with that?
Man, fuck you. I ain't killing no kids.
Well, I tell you what, man. Me and my homies gonna kill a little something second.
Yeah, let's get that motherfucker. Get out, man.
Hello. Carl, this is Donnie. Yeah, I'm down there at the County General Hospital. Seems Dr. Smith was working on some type of research that involved those 29 black kids that were killed by Corey Baines.
Corey Baines? That goddamn faggot. He's a disgrace to humanity.
She was also receiving threatening phone calls.
And speaking of threats, have you called the police yet to report yours?
Come on, Carl. You know I hate calling down there.
Donnie, that's an order. Call them now.
Yeah, I'd like to report I've been receiving threats on my life.
Hello, this is Detective Will Davis.
Will?
This is Detective Davis.
Will, this is Donnie.
Well, if it isn't the roving reporter.
Look.
I've been receiving threatening calls, threatening my life.
Now, why would anyone want to try to kill you, Donnie?
Look, man, you sound like you on the rag or something today, man. Just quit bullshitting and file a goddamn report.
Well, what's the matter, Donnie? Been snooping around places that don't concern you?
Snooping around. Snooping around. God damn it. Fucking Will's in this shit. Corey Baines. I'm Donnie Hammond with the Daily Sun.
The black newspaper. Well, I'm glad y'all didn't crucify me like the rest of those goddamn newspapers. Of course, y'all ain't helped me either. Neither did the NAACP or the rest of those civil rights groups. You believe that shit, man? Getting convicted because of some fucking fibers found in some kid's hair? Kids wake up with shit in their hair every morning. Motherfuckers. And now, all the young brothers in here want to kill my ass because they think I killed those kids. You didn't? I knew some of those boys, man. I couldn't kill them.